Hello everyone. This one we're going to talk a little bit about the trials and tribulations in life. We all have them, we all go through them. The way things are nowadays, we get a bad order of burgers at a drive through, we lose it. Like, well, why is this happening to me? Maybe a couple things happen that day, it all piles up. You still get a nice, usually, hopefully, a nice bed to sleep in, get up the next day and start over. New day. Had we known what was at the end of the rainbow, so to speak, at the end of time, what you'd be going through, you'd run for the hills. A good example of that is Joseph, Jacob's son, beginning of the Bible and out of Genesis. And Joseph, about quite a few children in the family, and he had some brothers. And the brothers didn't like Joseph. So they went out because the dad, Jacob, liked Joseph more than anybody. So they kind of plotted against, this is kind of a really abridged version, plotted against Joseph, and he got thrown into a pit naked. And the brothers killed a calf or a sheep, put the blood on his garment, gave it to Jacob. He got killed by a wild animal. So Jacob didn't know where he had went, where his son Joseph had went. Probably mourned, but life goes on, right? So then the Egyptians took him over, and the Pharaoh had a wife, and he was pretty pleased with how Joseph was very intelligent, very smart, and put him in charge of kind of a household thing, kind of taking care of stuff. And then the wife of the Pharaoh tried to get it on, so to speak, with Joseph, and he denied because he said, "No, I serve the Pharaoh, not you." So to kind of in a pretty easy term. So she set up a little plan and grabbed a piece of his garment and told the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh had him incarcerated. So he spent all that time in jail. So he's gotten sold to the slaves, and the whole time he never complained to God once. Never. He kept his heart true, and those are the trials and tribulations in life that we go through. And he kept getting hammered on. He'd kind of come out of it a little bit, and then the hammer would come down again. And people say God doesn't test you. I kind of disagree with that, because this is a good example of test of your faith in the Lord. He puts stuff in front of you. Can you get through it? With his help, you can. Anything's possible. I'm just as guilty as charged as far as the burger order wrong, traffic too heavy. Yeah, we start spinning out of control the way it is. But at the end, he ended up having everybody bow down to him. He made it. But if he'd have seen what he had to go through to get to where the vision that God told him, he just said, give it to somebody else. There's no way I can do that. With the faith of Jesus Christ, God, nothing is impossible. It is all possible. It's just hard. I'm guilty as charged to get through those trials. You kind of go, why me? Why can't it be like the next door neighbor that has nothing happen to him, so to speak? Gets up, goes to work, retires, passes. And some people just have a multitude of explosions in their life, packing up and leaving, going here, going there, going here, going there. Sometimes we don't know why when that door closes, but you have to admit, usually another one opens. Anyway, a little story about trials and tribulations. You read about Joseph in the Bible, Jacob's son. That's pretty alarming. That's quite a gig to go through. So keep the faith.